Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you. A little look ahead lines. NFL Week 18, and we're going to have a little friend popping in. I didn't get to talk to him offline. I was like, you know what? I see a festive tree. The man is backstage. I probably should have did a little pre-gaming with him, but he's a pro. So I'm sure he'll be A-okay to go. But listen, we got Week 18 lines up, a lot of big numbers. And man, oh man. We'll talk about it. We're going to see, got Mr. Brandon Lang coming in. So I'm pretty pumped about that. And we'll be just in a hot second. You're looking good. You want to come in, Brandon? You ready? He's debating on glasses or no glasses.
Got to get my man Andy Dufresne. In
there you go. Looks great.
So,
one, I got to say thank you. You know, I saw your comments were open on YouTube one day, so I banged you a couple times. I saw you with Cam on Believe before, and obviously I'm a fan. You've been around for a while. I've been doing this myself for 20 years now. So I was like, I just love to have you on. You know, and I enjoy your stuff. So I was like, would he come on? I asked him, I sent out to you and just reach out to Cam, and Cam's like, yeah, man, he'll do it. And I was like, awesome. I said, it's simple. I run down the games. We talk about the, really just how they are. I like doing this because maybe not for Week 18 because it's such a crazy week with guys sitting out, but I like to kind of project it out of what I think is going to happen that day of games, you know?
First and foremost, I'm trying to get over the euphoria of having San Diego State as a best bet last night over North Texas. And it was a big play, a really big play. So Emmanuel, their quarterback, goes down in the second quarter. He's got 170 yards rushing on 11 carries. They cut it to 28-20 at the half, but he goes down. So I got a third-string quarterback. I got no shot in the game. And if anybody saw the game, what happened in the fourth quarter of that game for San Diego State to cover, I've been doing this 33 years. 33 years I've been in this business. And I will tell you right now, that win with San Diego State last night, what moved to number one on my list of a team to come back and cover the number with 1 second to go, no less. And what happened in the fourth quarter for North Texas to be running the ball at will and not pick up back-to-back 4th and 2s was mind-blowing. And then on one possession, when they were down 15, the quarterback rolls out on 4th and 6 and throws up a Hail Mary down to the 10 that's caught. I could go on and on for a half hour, but at the end of the day, the euphoria of winning at that game, and I'm having my biggest college football season ever, 34-20 for the year. It's been unbelievable, and that's kind of the cherry on top of the Sunday to hit one like that. So I got the Niners tonight -3. They're in a absolute shootout. We'll see what happens there, but it's been a really good run. And I'll tell you, this business is hard. It just is, and especially in the NFL with some of the stuff that goes on week in, week out. And then, of course, as you said, Week 18's crazy. The Bucs and Carolina are playing pretty much for the only bid in the NFC. Over in the AFC, seeding-wise, and the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game, of course. By the way, what's that opening line? Baltimore 3.5?
Yeah, flat 3. It was 2.5.
Okay.
It went to 3.
Yep.
So, and that makes sense to me. I mean, how do you back the Steelers? I mean, I had them today, and that was just stupid because you just knew their entire season, and every time I've had them, they couldn't cover. I've gone against them, and I won one time, and that was the Bengal game in Pittsburgh or in Cincy. They were a 5-point underdog, and they came cover. I have not had a handle on Pitt all year, and I just did it based on I thought, you know what, maybe Rodgers, because I had Detroit the week before, and you talk about crazy games.
Yep.
You see a home team take 2 PIs in the end zone at home in 27. That's a crazy. Normally people want to yell out, "Oh, it's fake." I mean, usually that kind of stuff works in your favor as a home team.
The karma.
So I thought, you know what? The fact that he even put points on the board and kept pace with Detroit, I thought, maybe the guy's got a little second win here late in the season.
I had a
I'm
buddy
not
that bet
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh today, and he called me last night and asked me what I thought about the game. I said, on paper, they're the right side. I said, but road favorite, divisional game without Metcalf. I said they're kind of limited offensively to begin with if they can't run the football. Now you take Metcalf away from him. I go, I'm going to have to see how they play without him before I'm going to take my money and bet with him. And I sat back and watched that offense struggle without him, no deep threat. And one thing you saw with Cleveland's defense last week in the second half against Buffalo, they manned up, had a shot in that game. So again, trap spot for everybody. Again, I didn't say I would bet Cleveland in the game, but for me it was a stay away from game. My buddy got burned. I think it cost him 10,000 in a parlay. He's
Well, let
he's
me
on
ask you this.
yeah, he's on
You've been doing
suicide
this.
watch in Vegas right now. So anyway,
You've been this a long time. I've been, 1990, put my first action day. I was like Sapper High School. So, my thinking is I see a line like that and I know better. Like you think you should just know better doing it for so long.
Yep.
3.5, 4. It just looks so. And I always say here, I'm like, yeah, they don't airdrop food into Caribbean islands and funnel water to desert billion-dollar casinos because they're wrong on the lines. And yet even after doing this, again, it's 20, 25, 35 years from my first time playing. I make stupid things like that. Like it's just, do you look at things sometimes like that's just totally wrong? I gotta, and still find yourself being suckered into it because you're just, it's just, it just is what it is. You take it because you're thinking, I got it.
First things first. I'm predominantly an underdog handicapper. I look for the value in the underdog before I work myself to the favorite. Why? Because mostly the public bets favorite. The public is enticed by chalk. I always feel the value of the number is taking the underdog or finding the underdog, finding value in the underdog. So when I handicap a board, I see what dog pops out to me. Then I look at the situation, then I look at the matchup, then I look at history, and you just start digging from there. And so I will very rarely ever lay road chalk. I just will not do it. I would rather die.
It's not a recipe for success long term.
Yep. I won't do it. So I look for home dogs. I look for value in road dogs, or I'll take like tonight. I just felt Frisco at home, better offense. I just thought that they would not lose this game. Now, granted, Trent Williams went down, Kittle's not playing, but they're still scoring at will. We'll see what happens. So with all that being said, I will look at a line and say, what's Vegas trying to get me to do? That's the first thing I say, because to people out there who are watching this and don't know who I am, or Two for the Money dropped on Netflix, and if you go to brandonlang.com, our TV show Cappers, there's individual episodes of Cappers out there that's being shopped around. It's a really great show, and one thing I've learned is that all the line is trying to get people to bet both sides. So what's Vegas trying to get you to do? What are they trying to suck you in to get you to do? And with Pittsburgh, you said it. If it just looks too good to be true, sometimes you got to take your opinion and set it aside and go the other way. And you got to have the discipline to do that. It's hard, as you said. You said the perfect thing. I know better, and you do know better, but sometimes you just can't stop yourself, and that's when you have to.
No, yeah, absolutely. And you said I'm a dog guy myself. I do bet favorites. You can't just be stuck in one way or the other.
No, I got the Niners tonight, so
I'm with you on Niners. And a friend of mine said to me when they were talking about like doing videos and doing radio spots, he's like, I really don't like going on them, but I'll take a dog. And someone else told me this years ago too. You take an underdog, you got 2 out of 3 things are going to happen in your favor. You're already ahead odd-wise. You got to cover. Right, you're covering. You could get an outright win, or you're just losing. Right, I mean, it's you can make money taking. That's what I try to tell people in the show. Like, I'm like, bet 14 parlay, great. Best way to go 3-1. Put that 14 parlay in. You got cats come in here. It's like, I went 9-1 on a parlay. 17-1 cost me 17-1. I'd walk into traffic if I went 17-1 and end up losing money. Like,
I tell people, you want to bet parlays, you want to bet teasers, be my guest. Let's use your bankroll is 500. That's what you have to bet on a Sunday. And you love some teasers or you love some parlays, but you got that one best bet. And how many people you talked to said, yeah, I hit my best bet, but I lost my teasers, I lost my parlays, I lost money. So here's what I tell people. If you got 500 to bet with, put 350 on your best bet. That's your best bet. Take the other 150 and bet your teasers, bet your parlays. So if your teasers and parlays go down, but you hit your best bet,
You still
guess
make
what? You
money.
had a winning day. You're feeling good. Never let that exceed your best bet, because I know I have ran into more people that said, yeah, if I just would have bet my best bet, I would have had a winning day. Well, just make sure all your other galley gaga stuff never exceeds your best bet. You'll have more winning days than losing days.
You mentioned your record for I'm a little more volume kind of guy, a little less size wise. I'm 154 and 136 in college football this year.
That's pretty good.
Just size and total.
Yeah,
that's size and total that gate. So
that's pretty good.
It's
Yeah,
a little bit of a win, not crazy, but it is a grind. The good thing though, like you brought up, and that's why I say, like, people like, oh, I'm old guy. Like in the 90s, there was none of this in game. Like now you could sit back and be like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in. Let's see, like you said, how's this game gonna play out? Like Pittsburgh, you saw that right off the bat. You're like, there's no way in hell they're winning this fight. Even a field goal, you're not covering this game. That's the good thing about, again, I'm like the old man yells at cloud guy, but that's the kind of stuff where if you're a pregame better, like I'm betting on a Sunday game on the Friday the week before. The lines come out on Wednesday. But you could nowadays at least buy into that and save yourself, or even say this is a rat. I'm going to try to just scoop up a little more cash on something. So I kind of like that, but I find it dangerous too as well, though.
For me, for people out there is one great thing about betting today versus 15 years ago, is that when you're on the wrong side of Pittsburgh and Cleveland, that there's a way you can get out in game.
Yes.
You're waiting, and maybe you have to lay a little chalk to get out, but at least you can get some of your money back with the cash settlement or betting in game, and they go to a commercial. It's crazy now, the stuff that you can bet and the things you can do online with these offshore books.
And I see that crap. And again,
crazy.
As a guy who used to have to call into like a 718 number back in the day, 212. A bad beat refunds. Oh, the guy's injured. Oh, you could cash out. What are you talking about? No, that is I can't get behind that.
I know.
You made a decision. You got to stick by it. You can't be bailing out and getting. I'm cashing out on this. You ain't cashing out.
Back in the day, you can't call a Joey Bag of Donuts if I'm saying, can I get a little bill out of that app?
Yeah,
not happening. So
Joe Theismann broke his leg. Can I
let's go over the games for next week, because I don't even know what the lines are. So do me a favor. Give me the matchups and let me guess what the line is. All right.
Oh, you want to guess the line?
Yeah, because I haven't seen nothing. I'm coming in cold.
All right. Well, I'll come in. Packers, Vikings.
Packers starting third string quarterback. Vikings. I would say Packers are in. They're locked in. I'd say the Vikings are -1.
-6.5.
Wow.
With Clayton Tune quarterbacking.
Wow.
Right? Because that's what I'm thinking, right? Are they going to send out Malik Will? Because they don't know if Love's going to be healthy. They're playing a wild card game. Is Clayton Tune, 5th-round pick from Houston, is he going to be quarterbacking this game for back? He has to be at a 6, right?
And Green Bay's locked in.
Yeah, they can't go anywhere. Green Bay is locked into their seat. I was checking before here. Green Bay is absolutely locked into their 17. They can't go anywhere. They are
just beat Detroit 23-10. Okay. Looks like probably Minnesota's the right side, or tease Minnesota down in a 6-point teaser with something else. What do we got next?
Yeah. Again, this one, Colts and Texans.
Colts are at Texans?
Yep. And so you got Texans are still alive here, because if they Jaguars win.
Jags lose. Texans win. They I would say that they're going to make the Texans 12.
10.5.
Okay.
And staying in the odds, yeah. So even there's actually some 10s out here now. So it's moved a little bit. I did these lines about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So we've seen a little bit of movement here. But yeah, 10.5, 10s out here.
What's the
that
total?
Makes sense.
What's the total? 39?
40.5. So right on. There's a 39.5 of FanDuel.
Yeah, that the play in that game's the under. Indy won't score.
I mean, just the Texans defense alone.
I don't think they're starting Phillip Rivers. I think he's done. I think they're starting Leonard. So
yeah,
under 39 is probably the play there. But
I was going to say, I'm with you.
Raiders
probably like a 37 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, what's next?
Miami and the Patriots.
Wow.
So again, they're
Patriots at
still
home.
sort of alive. The Patriots there to win. If Denver loses, they're both 13-3, so they are alive.
10.
9.5. Right
Okay.
on it.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Okay. There we go.
Actually, you know what? There's 10.5s everywhere else. This was a FanDuel line. FanDuel was the first to post every game today. So they were 9.5, 10.5 everywhere else. A couple tens offshore.
Okay. All
So
right.
you're on
Next.
the money. Chiefs Raiders.
Oh my God. Chiefs -3.
That's what you think it would be. 6.5.
Oh my Lord. Oh
This
my
was
God.
this was a 4. This was a 4 at 6:00.
You could give me $1 million and say, bet that game and keep the money if you want. And I'd say, keep your money. Next.
Really? You're not interested in Raiders, huh?
Oh, hell no. I can't. Geno Smith's on my hit list. So
There you go.
Stop it. Get some help.
do I have an
No
alibi?
Raider action.
Because he cost me so much money, Steve McNair did, that I actually had friends say that when he, when the girl shot him, they go, do you got an alibi? Where were you? Where were you? So, pretty funny. Next.
Lions Bears.
Wow. Bears are -3.
1.5.
Okay.
So I look at this. What they're thinking that the Bears lose here and they're just kind of locked into a spot, right? That's the way to look at it.
Yeah, this is
No?
personal. This is personal, though. Lions put up 52 on him and embarrassed Ben Johnson and didn't take the foot off the gas pedal.
Here's the thing, though: is Detroit coming out here, or are they just so gone where they're just going to totally not even show up?
I will tell you this.
Baggett. Would Baggett quarterback this game? Whatever his name is, Baguette, whoever for the Bears.
Ben Johnson. If the Bears are locked into their playoff spot and they have no reason to play the game, I know this about Detroit. There will be no quit in Dan Campbell and the Lions. They will play that game to win, and they will play that game to win at all costs. So I would just, first opinion is, if the Bears are locked in and they do lose tonight, I would definitely say Detroit's the right side of the game.
Bears, by the way, all tied up here.
Oh, you knew they'd score on that. You knew they'd score first drive, third quarter. You knew that was going to happen. So it's going to who has the ball last. So there we go. Next.
Panthers and Tampa Bay.
Well,
this is for the NFC South on the line.
Tampa Bay's 3.
3.5.
Okay, figured it'd be the hook. Okay,
I took Carolina. They still price Tampa Bay. This has been a month now, Brandon. They're pricing these guys as favorites. They haven't.
They're really bad right now.
2 months.
They're really bad right now. Baker's playing horrible. By the way, the documentary called Flags on Amazon Prime about the Tampa Bay franchise is really, really good. FYI. So yeah, it's about Tampa. It's about the history of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's something Flags. It goes all the way to where they were a franchise, McKay, Steve Spurrier, Steve Young, all the way through Super Bowl win, John Gruden, all the way up to Brady and Mayfield. It's phenomenal. It's like 8 episodes. It's really, really good. So
I gotta check that out. I watched the Cowboy one.
Cowboy one is good. This one's really, really good. John Elway just dropped. His is really, really good. There's some really, really good sports docs, but I got to scoot here in a minute, so let's fly through these. What's next?
Jets and the Bills.
I'm not even going to talk about that game. Go.
Oh, it was 9.5. It's 11.5 now.
Oh God. Next.
What are the Bills? Why? I'm trying to figure out what the Bills' position is here. 11-5. Are they going to be? You know what? I guess because a 12-5 record, they'd still be battling the Jaguars or the Texans at 12-5. Like, is that
somebody? For somebody who's going on the road, right? So who's going to host that wild card game?
See, that's right.
That's what they're playing for.
Ravens, Steelers, we talked about. Here we go. The 3 Ravens on the road.
I think that's all the significant games, right? Who are the Jags playing?
The Jags got. Where are the Jags? Titans.
Oh God! At Tennessee, Jags are 7.
No. It's at home. It's in Jacksonville.
Oh, they're 11.
10.
Nah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
again, tennis. This Jaguar, no one talks about the Jags.
I had them last Sunday as my best bet of the year over Denver. I've been and I had them over Indy the week before. I've been on them all year long. I'm a
These guys,
big fan of Colin. And you don't think Baker misses him at Tampa?
oh, for sure. Well,
Yep.
I mean, he's also got injuries to deal with down there too. That squad, they got more than just him.
Yep.
These, I think, I will not be shocked if them or the Texans are in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
One of those two.
Yeah, I got Philly, Rams, NFC Championship game, and I have Texans and potentially Baltimore. I think Baltimore is dangerous.
So I was going to ask you about that, because you think if the way it played out, now they won, they're basically in it. You thought maybe this was like Josh Allen Super Bowl, forget about winning, get there with nobody left.
No.
The fact that out of the coffin comes Baltimore, and I think they're beating Pittsburgh. I mean, Hundley's a guy. Didn't they win a playoff game with this guy in Cincinnati? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they will. The Pittsburgh Steelers blew it today. Blew it to Baltimore. You've like you said, you've raised Lazarus from the dead. Here you go.
And Lamar's listen, he's been hurt, and I don't even know if I play him this week. I really don't know. Like, if you're going to run Henry, because we saw 2 years ago against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, they don't run the ball, and after Buffalo ran it down their throats, and they didn't even have Henry at that time. If he runs Henry like they did today, they should win, and then you give Lamar an extra time to kind of get into it, and even then, like, I wouldn't. Obviously they'll bench Hundley in the playoffs, but I don't know. Definitely dangerous though.
I'm telling you right now, Baltimore Ravens. I would bet them and have bet them to go to the Super Bowl. Bet them when they were 1-5, I think, 0-3, 1-4, 1-5. I got them at plus 800, and I'm a big fan of you let them in the tourney. Watch out. Watch out.
I'm a Lamar fan. The guy I think got robbed last year of another MVP. But this year, he was healthy for 3 games. He's been not healthy, and the defense has been questionable.
Yeah.
But like you, I believe, like, if you're going to get into it like this, there's question marks with Denver, right? You have to think Denver's a question mark. Even the Jags in Houston are like, all right, the Texans got a defense. Jaguars are just kind of like a weird team. Like, how do they keep putting up, like, they're just winning every game like 34-20. You're like, am I impressed with that team? And are with the Jags. I like them, but it's kind of
they're banged up. They're banged up. Their offensive line is banged up. They need to get healthy. They just do. But again, all this being said, if the Patriots get the number 1 seed, watch out. Watch out, because they're the only team that's got their kryptonite is Buffalo. That's it. Buffalo's got their number. But as far as everybody else, the way they look today and the way May look today, if they get home field advantage, watch out. It's going to be interesting.
We got that game Sunday night. Chargers, Broncos. Broncos 7. This was 3 this afternoon.
Wow.
It was 3. It's at 7 now. I just checked it. It went to 7. It was 3.
It depends on if the Chargers are if the Chargers are locked into where they're at and they can't improve, and Denver's playing for the number 1 seed, I can't see Harbaugh going up there and trying to win that game and risking Herbert. I just can't.
But they can get out of the 7. If they win, they're out of the 7 seed. Is that enough?
Then I would be inclined to take the Chargers plus 7.
Right. I mean, he's going to say, because the matchup who would that matchup be? They'd be playing at New England.
Because the Chargers have beat them, I think, 3 in a row.
Right now, the Chargers would be if it goes off, according to CBS Sports. Again, I don't know how updated 2 hours ago, so it's pretty fresh. Bills at Patriots, Chargers, Jaguars, Texans, Steelers.
Well, the Bills would open. Well, no,
Wow, that's right now. That's not counting next week if the Bills win this one. But right now, that is the matchup.
Wow.
Which is, I don't understand, because their other article had them at the 7th seed at 11-5.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Packers versus Bears, Rams at Eagles, Niners at Panthers. That is what it is as of before these games, because it says 2 hours ago here.
No, the Rams would have the number 1 seed if the Niners beat Seattle. But see, I don't think the Niners are gonna beat Seattle with as ravaged as the Niners defense is.
So this is the way the West is there. It says if San Fran wins the next 2, they are the 1 seed.
Yes, they got to beat Seattle at
home. The Rams to get the 1 seed, Seattle has to
lose to the Niners next week.
They lose to San Fran, but then San Fran has to lose to Chicago, and they got to lose both. They have to lose both. The Niners have to lose both. Seattle's got to beat they got to lose to the Niners and beat Arizona for the Rams to be the 1 seed. A lot of convolutedness there.
Wow, the Rams, that loss to Carolina is going to haunt the Rams big time.
Yep, that's what it was.
Big time. Quickly, college football playoff. What's your best bet of the 4 semifinal games? Quarterfinal.
Out of the 4, my favorite. Is it wrong that I like Ole Miss?
No.
I took an Ole Miss to win it all. Like a 1950 or something. I got.
My best bet's Texas Tech.
I like Tech.
I'm a big fan of them. I'm a huge fan of them. All they've done all year long has drubbed people, and they're my best bet. So
I took them plus 1.5, and I have Ole Miss at plus 6.5.
Yeah. Neutral fields. I'm not touching Miami, Ohio State. And I'm not.
I think Ohio State trust him. I'm a Kane guy. I'm an old King. I can't trust Cristobal. I don't. He'll do something to ruin it. That's why they were a wild card team, because he loses as 10-point favorites to bad teams.
Yeah, the offensive coordinator of Texas A&M called arguably one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. A&M should have beat them by double digits, and his play calling was atrocious. The quarterback should be working at Leroy's Car Wash in South Central Los Angeles. He was so bad. He buried me. Just went right in my wallet. Took all my money. As bad as he played. So it happens. It happens. So it's been fun, man.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
You got it. Talk soon.
I appreciate it, Bear. Thanks for coming on, bud. There we go. Brandon Lang joining the program. I didn't grab any of the comments. But we'll grab them now as we move on and talk about it. Ron's in the house. He's a Brandon fan. Big dog, yeah. Brought in the celebs. The celebs come out to play on the show. Nick Allen, yeah. All right, so he likes a little Green Bay action for Nicholas. Steelers as well. I'm with you. Bernadette. D's in the house. He sees Ron. Sandu's in the house. Hello, Bernadette. Yeah, we get some fans in here, Ron, for you. Weckert. Hello. All right, 3.5. You're on the, again, I don't even know, CMC. All right, Niner fan. Let's we need a little more for the Niners. I got the Niners -3. CMC's having a nice day running the ball for sure. I took a Jennings over receiving yards. Not going to get there with 4. I did grab a Burden Loveland TDs. I was like, what the heck? I saw they both cashed early. One more CMC touchdown and Niners 3.5 for a huge bag. Well, listen, I'm with you on the Niners. Hopefully we get there with it. Because this looks like last man with the ball. I got a 2.5 on this early when we did the look at it last week. 2 yards away from a pretty Vultures your touchdown. He's got 2 tutties. Eagles money line, George. Eagles. Hold on a second. Are you saying Eagles money line today? You're pumped up about the Eagles? Or are you talking Eagles money line next week as a 10-point favorite? Because, again, that is something crazy that I cannot condone. You're going to lay 350 on the money line with the Eagles? Vision dog on better D Cleveland. Yeah. And it was, I took Pitt thinking Rodgers was getting his little second win back and they were going to go on a little run here. I thought, okay, he beat Detroit, but I'm not a fan of Detroit right now. Texans or the Broncos to win the AFC. And I'm not, no Broncos. Texans, yes. Stop Geo's in the house. Why weren't we doing this all season? What, with a guest star? Yeah, NFC West is on fire. Best division for sure. Did they know how to play defense? 35-28. 35-28. Kyle Juszczyk cashes. Tooch is in the house. Broncos have played close games all season. I mean, I could like it at a 3. I could get behind Denver. You want to give me Denver at 3? Sure. 7? Definitely not interested at 7. These lines are just huge numbers. I mean, this is parlay central. Like, Brandon was talking about the Minnesota game. Of course you bring it to 1. Yeah, we're going to have who? Clayton June as the quarterback? Clayton Tune for Green Bay. Because Willis is kind of banged up. Right? Are you gonna roll both and him Love out? I can't take Green Bay right there. They're locked into their spot, the Packers. They're not moving to 9-6-1. Why risk a quarterback getting hurt? You got 2 of them. Both of them are banged up. Grundle says it's rigged. It's not rigged if you win. Bet the rigged side. Chargers backup QB is Trey Lance. I understand that. Again, 7 points is different than 3. Interesting how Carolina and Tampa Bay both lost this week to make next week interesting. I like Carolina in the points just because I thought they'd be a little more competitive. The fact they took a knee with 2 minutes to go in the game and even tried for a garbage touchdown, I took them for next week already, Grundle. I don't like that they were like, well, we can lose this game and it all comes down to next week. I don't like that aspect of it. But Tampa Bay is a favorite I want nothing to do with. Heather Starr, Happy New Year. What about the New England Patriots, who they play next? The Patriots are playing the Miami Dolphins 10-point favorites. 10-point favorites. Again, 13-3. If they win, they'd be the 1 seed, but they need Denver to lose. So, they're going to be playing to win there. Miami, where's Miami going? 550 Texans to win the AFC. I have a Texans and a Jaguars to win. Jaguars were plus 420. The Texans were like an 890 to win the South. So I'm going to split on that. But the Texans got a defense. They're going to be in it. San Fran punched in. I saw that one there. And the way we go here, 35-28. Unbelievable. O'Kara, it's been a long time. A long time on your end. I've been here. I've been around. All right, we did Packers, Colts, Miami, Chiefs, Bears, Panthers, Jets. Again, this is a crazy. You want to take the Jets? Ravens, Steelers we talked about. Browns and the Bengals we didn't get to. Do you think the Bengals handle business here? 7-44.5. Is Burrow playing in this game? Cowboys, Giants, 5.5. 52.5 total. Obviously, you're going to Jackson Dart sighting in this one. Give me the Giants. I'm going to have what? Joe Milton? Is Dak Prescott playing this game? I guess he is a 5.5. I would take the Giants. I think this line's going to come down. Washington and the Eagles. I know the Eagles are still in the spot to move up, right? Because they're 11-5. You got Chicago's 11-4. They could lose here. They'll be 11-5. You got San Fran's at 11-4. The Rams are 11-4. Somebody gets a loss there. I guess there could be movement in those kind of games. Dude, Washington's a little chippy squad, bro. I'll take the points with Washington here. Saints and Falcons. I'm sure people thought Penix was going to be the rookie of the year. It might be Tyler Shook. Give me the Saints. Arizona Rams again. 13 the Rams. I mean, I think they're pretty much locked in that 5-6 roll kind here. Again, they need a Seattle loss to San Fran. San Fran to go 0-2. They're definitely not getting a 1 seed. Arizona couldn't cover today. I don't like them to cover here either. Seattle Niners, 1.5. I mean, I know it's going to be a short week for San Fran. Seattle needed a big second half to pull away from Carolina. I'm being inclined to take San Fran at home here. We did the Jags game. We talked about Sunday Night Football. Had to say, I used to love the Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino is a quarterback. He's not, so I don't watch him anymore. Yeah, he's definitely not hasn't been quarterback for a bit now. Yeah, who's making the stop? Who's going to make the stop? Like here, if the Niners can get a stop here and forget about touchdown, just get up. If they get up 41-28, that might be good enough to do it. Higgs 1 minute's rigged. It's not rigged. How much things do you have to go right to make something rigged? To what? Come down to, I saw somebody today like, oh, look at this game, it's rigged. Like the Bills game was rigged. They're at home playing like crap. You got the Eagles on their heels. Of course you'd go for a 2-point conversion for a win. You're giving the Eagles a shot. You needed a miracle drive at the end of the game to get back into it. Look at this 30-yard pass. You needed a 50-yard pass. The Bills just to get back in the game. You're down 13-0. Come on. That's not rigged. That's rigged. I mean, that's great. Let's I'm reading my rig script, and it's me getting my ass kicked at home in my final home game. Who's reading that? And the crazy thing is, the people say it's rigged still want to bet it, and they don't even bet the rig side, which is even more bizarre. Bears beat Philly head-to-head. They did. So Chicago loses here. They're 11-5 going into next week. So you're tied with Philly. What if you guys lose to Detroit? Then you're 11-6, and Philly wins because they're an 8-9 point favorite. You need the wins. You're a 1 point favorite next week. The other team's an 8 point favorite. What could happen here? I mean, I think. Well, I mean, I don't say they're losing here. I mean, I got San Fran, so I'm pulling for a San Fran win here, but. It's okay. At least the league is basically flag football anymore. Vote to make Higgs the head of the NFLPA. Oh, yeah, we'll bring it back for sure. McKinnon Crew, my favorite team. I don't know. I was a Cowboy fan forever. My Randy White signed mini helmet. You see it behind me in high def. I like Danny White. Bill Bates. Love Bill Bates. Michael Downs. Parcells became the coach of the Cowboys, and you know where I was? I was in the Meadowlands watching the Jets and Chad Pennington beat the Colts 41-0. I was not cheering for the Cowboys when Bill Parcells was the coach, and I never really went back. Yep. Hometown fan. Yeah, in Jersey. Dallas is my backyard, right around the corner. Adam's in the house. Yeah, I'm in for next week. Minnesota 4.5, Carolina plus 3.5, Denver 2.5, Baltimore 2.5. That is it. I'll put them on the YouTube a little bit later. Monday night, Cunningham. Sometimes I like here Monday night. I don't have anything on this Rams-Falcons game. I would lean Rams. They got a little extra rest off of a crazy game. I mean, what are the Falcons doing? Get another draft pick, Atlanta. Get a better draft pick. That's where I would be. Yeah, I know you're a kid in Gio. May not be a regular number stopper up from being crooked if you choose to be. Again, everything has to go right. For that to happen, like you're worried about one call, everything that has to take place before that one call, where that one call means something. Come on. I mean, let's be honest here. Joe Burrow's pissing and moaning at his head coach on the sideline. You think he likes picking up the script? Oh, great. I'm going to be hurt another 6 games this year. Wonderful. My back hurts. Who's coaching the Jets? Oh, great. I'm going to win 3 games this year. I'm my first year head coach. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, what's going to happen? I'm going to break my arm this year. I'm Jaden Daniels. That's a great script. How are you keeping all that crap under wraps? Oh, the rep. How much crap has to go on for one flag to come out? Like, they talk about the Raider game where the guy kicked the field goal. How about you tackle the guy, defense, to even get in that spot? I mean, like, everything that has to happen to get to that spot to happen. Everything's ringed the entire game. Come on. Stop that. Don't bet. It's real simple. On the catch, Corbin Loveland, yes. Why wouldn't you go for 2, Ron? You've played like crap. You drove down the field in a minute. You want Philly to get the ball back? Hey, let's tie it up. You just had your quarterback run over them for a touchdown. You go for 2 in the win. It took you the entire game to score a touchdown, basically. Of course you're going for 2 at home. I mean, number one, were they going to catch New England? New England's a 10-point favorite this week. Were they going to lose outright? I mean, you go for the win. You don't play for overtime at home. Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy, 2 TDs would have paid handsomely. Yeah, they both got in. Bears are losing to the Lions. I'm not a Lion backer next week. Heck no. I want nothing to do with the Lions. I know Brandon was like, yeah, give me the Lions there. They're going to play hard. I don't think so. I think that act is done this season. They just want to get out of there. Oh, great. We're in Chicago on freaking New Year's. I'm sure they'll really be pumped up to be playing. Dome team out in January in Chicago. Swift for 22 yards. Holy cow. Over, never in doubt. Ask Lenny, he'll tell you to fade us all day. Detroit Lenny. Fourth down. Touchdown, you mean? Rams -8 in pocket run. I agree. I like the Rams. Yeah, don't forget Jersey, babe. Come on. I mean, what the heck? I got a whole New Jersey license plate on the screen. Stafford to the moon, 20 yards of 3 passing TDs. MVP. Stats Padford. Monday night in a dome. I think he can take care of business. Yeah, touchdown. Rams first to 20. There's Gary. Gary loves the first to 20. Hey, Gary, I told T-Money was like, oh, tell Gary to be quiet. I'm like, whoa, T-Money. You said since he was scoring 40, Gary said no way. They scored 37. Gary was the winner. Seahawks have revenge in mind from week 1 at home. Maybe. I mean, you see this crazy game, and I got to think over. I think Seattle's defense is maybe a little spent out a little bit. Definitely an over next week. Greg Dreyer's in the house. Trans women are women. That's great. Truer and weather's getting worse. I mean, really, I'm not taking Jared Goff outside in wintry conditions. Not a winning combo. That's why last year was the Super Bowl year for the Lions. Yeah, Swift to the house. Yeah, Jennings an absolute no-show. I'm shot. Where the heck is where's Mr. Numbers? I thought for sure he'd be in here bashing me for a 1-in-4 free pick day on the video today. I thought he'd be bashing me. Not sure. I got to double check the tutty props today. Anytime tutties. I know Henry got in. Gainwell didn't. McBride was a no-show. I think Wilson scored. Not a good day on the tutties. Tooch. Packers get 6.5 to have any incentive to win. Locked at 70. Tooch is commenting on the Twitter feed. McBride got in. McBride got in once, but I had it up there for 2. That's why I said that. Garbage time tutty for McBride today. Yeah, he got the 1, but I had the over here in the midday money show. I thought we were going to get some points. Look at this, right out of the gate. Purdy for 8 yards. This is a wild game here. All right. Listen, we ran down all of the games here for Week 18. You can watch the replay on the YouTube with Brandon Lang. You can tune into iHeartRadio and listen in a podcast form. Go ahead. I haven't got my $9 for any podcasts on the iHeart. So go listen to 400 episodes. Let's see, Jared, we got here. My favorite prop in NFL game is under how long is field goal made, but I need a successful field goal, else the bet is void. Yeah, they got to have an attempt. Need to attempt a field goal for a over-under to be graded as a winner. You might get one in this, because it might come down to a field goal to make it 51-48 or something. Where are we at now? We're at the 34-yard line, maybe 42, 45. I'm going to say it could be 51-48. Why not? Why not? What's the in-game number on this right now? 86.5. 86. We got 70 on the board. That's it. They're calling what? They're calling 45-42 final. 45-42 final. Get that over. Get it while I can. It's still 86.5. if you think this game is going to be back and forth, and you're definitely going to have 42 a pop, that is 84. You just need a field goal. Grab that over live. Over live, 86.5. All right, everybody. Thanks for popping in here on a Sunday night. Midday my tomorrow. I'll run back another look ahead. Or maybe not really a look ahead. Maybe we got to switch it up for college hoops, right? January's coming. A lot of college basketball. A lot of college basketball tomorrow, which I honestly I didn't even look at. I had a winner today. We had Northern Colorado. So I got to go check out some college hoops. But that is that for your Look at a Line show. Appreciate Brandon Land coming in out of the blue like that. I saw him on YouTube. I sent him some messages. He got in touch with me there with the Believe guys, and boom, we have it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get him for an NFL game or something coming up for Wild Card. Who knows? But there you go. I appreciate everybody watching. Good luck to anybody with action in this game here. I'm pulling for the Niners. I need the Niners to cover the 2.5 from me here. So let's go San Fran. Midday tomorrow. Good luck, everybody. Bye-bye.